Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV or what. I'm your host, Vero. I'm joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Frank is the winner. Another black person. The second black person this year. Would have been
Bitch,
3, but we don't
this
know
day,
that
bitch.
man.
It's been the same day, bitch.
They both won on Wednesday. Two
On
black people.
Wednesday.
Wednesday's a good day for black people, I guess, huh?
Period.
What did we do Wednesday?
Period.
Nothing.
Girl, it was a bad day for us. I fear. All right, y'all. We are here to talk to you about the Circle finale or whatever. And let's just hop right into the episode, period. As you remember, last episode ended with a whole double eviction, bitch. So Brew had went home, and then we had a double eviction. The double eviction was that the super duper influencer, Frank King has the ability to eliminate somebody. So we got all the way down to the fact that either Alex was going to get eliminated or Everson was going to get eliminated. So we get to the elimination and we see that Alex/Nathan is eliminated from the circle. I really think that it was great that Frank got this opportunity because he really set himself up in the final 5 to be the winner.
He definitely did. And honestly, hindsight 2020, it was smart because I was honestly upset because I don't like Everson. I'm sorry. Everson has been annoying the fuck out of me since he got on the show. No shade. But honestly, Alex probably would have tried to definitely mess Frank up in that finale. So I think he made the right decision overall.
100%. So basically, after that happens, Alex and Nathan gets blocked and everybody in the circle find out. And what's her name? Yuling is kind of like sad. She's like, damn, that's my boo thing a little bit. Like, I kind of want to but either way, everyone is like, okay, it is what it is. We're in the finale.
Sure,
We're in the finale. But first, Alex gets to meet one of the other motherfucking people. So he decides to go hit up Yuling, which is crazy because, mind you, Yuling and Alex/Nathan, well, Yuling and Nathan have been literally damn near sexting. So we move. We get to Alex walking in to Yuling, and Yuling was really, really happy. And literally,
she played it off really well. Because mind you, I would have been mad.
Yuling is over there flirting with Alex. She's flirting with the real Alex. And then Alex is like, oh, I got a girlfriend now. She's like, oh, okay.
One thing about Yuling, she gonna flirt.
She's literally gonna flirt, as you see throughout this episode. She literally flirts with damn near everybody she meets. She over here flirting with Frank when she meets him. Anyways.
Frank.
So, and they have a conversation, and basically the conversation, Alex is like, by the way, Yuling, Frank gonna win. And Yuling's like, oh, you look real cute, even though you're not Nathan. He's like, Frank's gonna win, by the way. And Yuling's like, oh, it was fun talking to you. And he's like, yeah.
Don't care.
By the way, be careful of Frank, because he's probably gonna win. Bye. And then he left. And it's like, Alex had Frank clocked. So honestly, if the wrong decision was made, low-key, Frank probably would not have won, but the right decision was made. So after that, we get an alert, and it's from Michelle, the host. So Michelle comes on, and she's like, hey, everybody, congratulations on being in the finale. Woot, woot, woot. So she congratulates them, and she tells them, like, today we will be doing our final rankings, and later on we will find out who is the winner of the motherfucking circle, period. After that, she leaves, they get an alert. Alert, alert.
Alert.
Did I get an alert? Did I get an alert?
I'm pretty sure you do. Hold on. Yeah, for the final ratings, right?
Oh, wait. Before the alert, I was like, wait, I missed it. Before the alert, Brew gives his goodbye message.
Oh, Brew and Alex leave their goodbye messages.
I said, for Brew's message, I wrote down literally nothing, as expected. So he didn't say anything. Alex, I put, he admitted that he's a catfish. And basically, after Alex came on, literally everybody had a scene talking about something. I know Yuling mad. I know Yuling is mad. And that was really, really funny because Yuling is clearly upset. But she really was playing it off, I fear.
I feel like, I said the same thing. I feel like she's definitely probably upset. But she's like, I'm just playing it off. Because I just feel like, honestly, the way they were talking, it's like, y'all, I mean, I don't know. It was definitely awkward. Like, reading the conversation, I was cringing down. So I was not be 100% right. You know that I would not be just like good in this conversation
at all. So after that, then they get the alert. So then they get the alert. When they get the alert, they let them know that the final ratings are due today, and this is where we get like kind of everyone's freaking opinion of people. Mm-hmm. So they kind of organize it. They're like, they go through each player and tell everyone's opinion of that player a little bit. So the first player they pop up is Yuling. So we hear that Frank thinks Yuling is a threat. He's like, honestly, if anybody's a threat, it's Yuling. We get Rachel's opinions of Yuling. Rachel says Yuling is a strong player and that she's done a very good job spreading herself out amongst the other players. Imani/Trevor says that Yuling has a huge personality. And Everson says that Yuling is a wild card. So that's their opinion on Yuling. Then we get to Rachel. Frank says Rachel probably might have rubbed people the wrong way. And so he's kind of, this is kind of what they're considering when they're making their votes. Everson says Rachel is messy. Down. Trevor/Imani says she's clearly outspoken. She's clearly honest. So he's not really giving us anything. And Yuling says she's calm and chill. And she tells it like it is. So they're just giving her opinions. Those were kind of irrelevant. Then we get to Frank. Rachel is like, I'm worried about Frank because he's clearly positively impacted every single person in this game. And my thing is, Rachel, if you felt that way, you should have gave him a 4 on your ratings. And clearly you did not, but we move. Trevor/Imani says he feels like Frank is a threat because he's made deep connections. My thing is, Trevor done said it and Rachel done said it. If both of y'all think Frank's a threat, why did he not get the lowest rating? I don't know, but he didn't. Then we get Yuling. Yuling is like, Frank has a great hold on this game. So basically, and Everson says the same shit. Every single person is like, Frank gonna win. Mm-hmm. And none of them
put him low. Because immediately my thought process is, I was like, I'm going to put who I feel like the most hated people at number 1 and 2. So I would have probably did Everson 1, Rachel 2, Imani after that. Frank and Yuling would have been last. Point blank, period. Because, I don't know. It's so, I mean, and I guess that's a testament to Frank. Like, he definitely knew who he had to keep around him. Because everyone who did the voting were people who I guess kind of thought like him in a way, like they're going to go with their heart. Like, this was definitely all heart votings. Because if they were thinking about getting that money, honey, Frank ass would have been last. He was the influencer like 3 times.
3 times, bro.
And the thing is, they knew he was the super influencer at the end. And when they asked, they was like, did y'all know? They were like, yeah. So it's like, they knew that going into their rating, that this man had been an influencer 3 times. Like, no way in hell I would put him number 1. I don't care. That's been my bestie since day 1.
I don't give a shit, bitch. Then we hear their opinions about Everson. Literally everybody just says, I mean, he's funny. Moving along. Then we hear their opinions about Imani/Trevor. Mind you, they think it's Imani. So Everson damn near in love with them. And basically, he was like, I would be crushed if Imani was a catfish. And it's like, ooh.
Whole time. The thing is, it's like, Trevor fine. So does it
matter? Frank says there's been players that have been here longer than Imani, so I kind of feel iffy about putting Imani high, which was interesting because it's like clearly this is the second time Frank kind of mentioned, oh, we've been here longer, we were originals with Woo, and it's like, is this BGC? Is this Bad Girls Club? But we move. It's like he's clearly prioritizing the originals, but that's probably because he's an original, so he probably wants other people to do the same thing. But we move. Rachel's like, Imani's smart, and that's my girl. And you can tell from Imani's opinion of Rachel and Rachel's opinion of Imani that they like each other. Like, they probably rated each other pretty high. Moving along. Boom. Then we get to what they're actually going to rate the people 1 through 10. We know that Frank rates Yuling first. He says, even though she's a threat, she's been loyal to me, honest to me, and she's been here since day 1. Me, I would put that bitch Yuling last.
Yeah, like I said, it was definitely heart decision, but we knew that coming from Frank. Like, he's a social player. He doesn't really do deep dive into the strategy, so he's not gonna backstab her just for the money. That's not the type of person he is. So
I would though. We see that Rachel rated Imani second, which was kind of surprising.
Which
but
gagged me.
Yes, but after we heard their opinions, clearly Rachel and Imani felt like that's my girl, that's my girl.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. I was like, ooh. And we really see later on that Imani was putting in work, whether we saw it all or not. Imani clearly was putting in work. So Trevor was whatever. So Trevor / Imani rated Rachel third. He was like, they're a sisterhood. But this is my thing. If he rated Rachel third, where was Frank on the list? Exactly. Because if Frank was probably second or first, and it's like, come on, bro, you could have put Frank third, babe. Rachel should have been second, I fear, or first, really.
And that could have cost him the win because he was.
That could have cost him the win. He should have put Frank fourth, Yuling third,
Everson number one. I don't know why no one put Everson number one. I mean, I don't know. Like I said,
did.
They were not voting for the money.
If it ain't about the money, don't be blowing me up. Okay. Everson said Frank is third. My thing is, why third?
Like,
why not last?
Like, and definitely, like, at this point, we basically can conclude from simple process of elimination. Like, Rachel put Imani third. More than likely, Frank and Yuling is in that top three. And Imani put Rachel third. So, that means Frank is probably somewhere in that top three. Everson puts Frank number 3. He's already in the top 3. And Yuling probably puts him in her top 1 or 2. So it's like everyone is rating him the highest player there. Like, I feel like personally I knew going in that he definitely had this in the bag.
Definitely. After that, this is when they all go to meet each other in person for the first time. This was a really interesting scene, bitch. Okay. So first Yuling goes in, she's real happy. Pretty, she's real done up, but we move. And then Frank walks in, and it's so refreshing to see them meet each other because they're like, ah! And it's like, yay! Because it's like, they've only been talking through a screen this entire time. So Frank walking in and Yuling walking in and them seeing each other, and it means, they give each other a hug and it's really, really I don't know, just refreshing. It felt real good, real full circle.
Yeah, definitely seeing them finally get to talk to each other. Definitely getting to see them talk to each other for the first time. It's really cute because they've definitely they've just been talking in front of a screen the whole time. All you can think about is, oh, this is how this person looks from that one picture. It's kind of insane to think about.
Yes, literally. So literally Frank was like, damn, you're short than a bitch. And she was like, I told you. And he was like, yeah, but
dang.
Literally. So then they basically are like, we killed this shit. Me and you, we linked up, we stuck together, and we ate them up. Period.
You see, the thing is, Yuling, she was definitely around here backstabbing and slicing the girl's throats wide open, but she stayed loyal to Frank, and she will always get my respect for that. Period.
So they kind of discussed. They're like, we knew we were not catfish, but is anybody else a catfish? And then Frank is like, I don't think Rachel was, doubted. And honestly, they're like, I don't think Imani was. If anybody was a catfish, it was Everson. And
they're wrong.
Basically, they're like, we're all real. This is the real crew. So Rachel walks in, and they see that Rachel's real. They're like, oh, this is our girl, the big 3. Don't need the big speeds. We all did it. Rachel's reaction was really ooh. She
loved seeing them. And definitely that's how kind of Frank and Yuling were able to pull her in because she definitely values I think a genuine friendship with them. She was genuinely happy to see them. It was so cute to see.
It was the real crew. Them 3, they were the people who felt like they were all just being honest, being straightforward, just playing as themselves, being real. And we just gonna get to the end. And they kept saying it's funny because we got to the end without really making an alliance. It wasn't off strategy. It was just off of social, being real, being cool with each other.
Yeah.
That was real cute. So then they kind of discussed again about how Rachel mentioned, she's like, honestly, Yuling, I was a little bit skeptical, but when we saved each other, when Frank saved you and you saved me, I really was like, wow, these is my bitches, ride or dies for real, And they really talked about how that kind of solidifies them, that vote. And that was a pivotal point because Yuling's decision really was ooh. That shifted the game. And it really
literally, if she had chose anybody else in that moment, the 3 between Frank, Rachel, and Yuling probably breaks up. Frank probably does not win this
Rachel
game.
probably goes home.
Yeah, I mean,
that round.
wow. It would have turned the entire game upside down. So, like I said, always respect to the one and only Miss Yuling.
After that, Imani / Trevor is walking in. So Trevor walks in and they're all like, ooh, bitch. And at first they don't notice him off the bat, except Frank. Frank notices him. But everybody else is like, oh my God, like they're just shocked that he's a
fine man.
A fine man. Yuling is like, why you didn't play at yourself, Daddy? Mind you, Yuling, this is the second time Yuling is flirting.
Yuling don't flirt.
Regardless. And she was like, ooh, why you didn't play it yourself? And he was like, I couldn't because I am Trevor. What the fuck is that girl?
Delisa.
I was gonna say Shayla. Delisa catfish as me. And last season or whatever the fuck. So he couldn't do it. And they was like, oh bitch, that's you Trevor, you. And he was like, yes, bitch, Trevor me. So that happened, and then girl, it's finna get awkward.
It get real awkward after this. Woo! Talking about playing off.
So Everson walks in, and when Everson walks in, he's like, "Oh, Frank, nice to meet you. Hi, Yuling, Rachel." And then he has to go sit down by what's that his name?
Imani / Trevor.
Trevor. And so he sits down by Trevor. He's like, hey, bro, I mean, you had to do something else to do something else. And it's like, sir, what? I didn't know what to do.
Definitely. You can see the awkwardness in his face, but he was definitely trying to play it off. It's funny because I feel like Trevor being Delisa's wife playing the game is definitely not the reveal I think the circle producers thought it was going to be. Not one person was that gagged. I mean, Frank was gagged. I remember Alex when he saw was gagged. Not everyone was that. Was like, Alyssa too. Like a lot of fans.
The fans.
Yeah, a lot of fans were, but a lot of fans was out in that top 5 because they were confused.
They were very much so. Everson was worried about how, girl, we moved. So they kind of talk a little bit, and they kind of just intermingle. They talk about how Frank was the super influencer, and they was like, girl, duh. They talk about how Frank basically discusses why he made the decision he made. Basically, he was like, well, all of y'all was going to vote me to win, so that's why I did it. He didn't say that, but he was essentially saying that. He's like, well, Alex says Nathan probably didn't trust me that much, so it was just going to have to be him, babe. Moving along. Oh, my God. So, so after that, boom, we get a scene with all the pre-finalists.
The pre-jury. Fuck it.
Yes. So the pre-jury all link up, and after all the pre-jury link up, they all walk in one by one, and they're like getting to see each other in person for the first time. And it's like, it's also an interesting moment because they're like, oh, bitch. And then Mama Kara walking in, they're like, Mama Kara, what? And Alyssa's like, woo. And then they're like, woo. But mind you, they all met each other, but it doesn't matter. So, then after they all walk in, and then here go Michelle. So Michelle comes in, the host, and Michelle starts asking them questions. She's like, Parker, girl, what happened? You flopped. And Parker was like, child.
It was bad for Elmo.
Michelle was being messy.
Michelle was being so messy. So she asked Chris, she's like, what do you think went wrong? Like, and Chris was like, I mean, I don't know. You know, she was like, well, you know what? I think when you got voted most likely to win, that definitely put a target on your back. Right, Alyssa?
Why did she do that? And Alyssa strategic as, you know, she's not confrontational. She was like, yeah, I mean, well, Chris, what happened was, and then she started explaining. And
Chris was like, okay, girl, okay. First of all, Michelle, you knew exactly what she was doing with that.
She was being messy down the whole time for no reason. So then she kind of asked Mama Carol, like, how was it playing your mama? And then he was like, I mean, it was a little bit awkward because I had to talk about my mama pussy.
This gummy worm.
And Alyssa was like, oh, we did have to talk about your mama coochie together. And he was like, child, yes, that was it. Just random things. They talk about brew. Just random shit. They talked about brew. How he had to choose between Mama Carol and Alyssa. And he was like, damn, honestly, I should have chosen Alyssa because what the fuck is Mama Carol? Moving along. they was like Nathan / Alex, where did you fuck up? And you know Nathan Alex, he's a strategy king down. He really should have just went on Big Brother and tried to be Kevin and move along. But this nigga was like, honestly, I think the issue is that my strategy was just too complex. What I should have did was focus on the fact that my relationships weren't being good enough. It's like, girl, babe,
plays yourself. I don't know.
So he was just explaining his game or whatever. What else?
It was a lot.
Oh, they discussed how Frank, Rachel, and Yulene was a trifecta. And basically they was like, we really should have got them out because they ate us up out here. And they did, and that was it. Then they bring in the finalists.
The Big Five.
So that a Big Five are here. They sit on the Big Five couch, and then all the peasants are over there.
Oh my God.
So then Michelle starts interviewing the Big Five. And basically, girl, it's another scene with Trevor and Imani and Ephes. And Trevor and Imani was like, you know, I was just playing. I was just trying my best to like do my thing. And everything was like, yeah, you was trying real hard. And it's like, that was real. Just I had to skip through it because, babe, it was real awkward because he was like, yeah, I had to try real hard. And then Imani Trevor, damn. And then Trevor, Trevor literally. Damn. Trevor literally like responded, and it's kind of like that's something you kind of just let him say and then move on.
Yeah.
And he responded. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, I had to do what I had to do." And Everson was like, "But you was doing a lot. Like, you know, that was a." And it's like, "Oh my God, I just couldn't do it. It made me icky on the inside."
It really is. It's just so weird because it's like I don't know, especially because we already saw it. It's just I don't know. It's like the worst episode of Catfish ever.
That was really bad. They didn't discuss Yulene saving Rachel, but we already talked about that literally earlier in the episode. But again, they talk about how, when Rachel saved Yulene, they solidified the whoop. Moving on. Alyssa is like, honestly, Yulene, bitch, I was ready to fight your ass when you voted me out. I'm not gonna lie. I was being real fake. And Yulene was like, I know. And Alyssa was like, but honestly, when I thought about it, I can't be mad.
Mm-hmm. And I'm happy that she got over that. And I feel like definitely as a game player, you cannot harp on those decisions too much. Like, especially when she explained where she's coming from, you know, like she knew she had to solidify this 3. They were more loyal, she felt like, and they were, because Brew was doing everything else, and Alyssa really could have quickly backstabbed her. Like, Alyssa, she was there for the money, honey. So I do think Yulene made the right decision. Now, necessarily in winning, I don't know. Because she was not beating Frank. Hey.
But she could have, I think she could have avoided that in some other way.
She could have beat Alyssa and Brew, though. So maybe she should have chosen.
She could have.
Well, we moved.
Then they get into the segment about who drew Yulene's poster. Basically, it's been a reoccurring theme that whoever drew Yulene's poster, oh my God, who was it? Was it Nathan? They're trying to frame Nathan. Everson's like, oh, it was me. And literally no one cares. Because when they found it was Everson, they was like, oh.
Because I'm sorry, Everson has just been irrelevant. He was not needed. Really, we only could have had Amani come in.
Why do you say that so hard? So Frank talks about they have a segment about how Frank kept getting complimented by his energy, and Frank was like, honestly, like that's my favorite compliment is when people say I have good energy because I really just try to be positive, try to be a good person. And then Brew talks, and he's like, yes, bro, I feel like we could see each other on that because we're just here for the good vibes and being positive and woo. Girl, when I tell y'all this finale was weak, I've been trying to avoid saying it, but now that we're done, bitch, barely. It's 23 minutes in. Y'all.
This is and I'm sorry, I can't, for me, I can't deep dive into the conversation because these things were not relevant.
Y'all hear what I've been telling y'all? Nothing.
Anyone, like I said, I feel like anyone with common sense knew when the player ratings happened that Frank was going to win. So this was all just filler up into his win. So, hey.
Moving along, we get to the fire player rankings. We get to the last player rankings. Everson got 5th, Rachel got 4th, Yulene got 3rd, Imani got 2nd, and Frank won. Bye.
Now, honestly, I was pretty shocked that Imani had got 2nd. I was like,
I was expecting Yulene to be like, ooh, the contender. But it makes sense considering this final 5 because in this final 5, Yulene don't really got the relationship. So it really does make sense within this final 5.
And she's like, for example, Everson probably put her last. You know, like we said, Frank probably no one put Frank last. I can see how maybe no one put Amani last. They were probably the only 2 people that no one had at the bottom. So you know, honestly, I'm really happy that Frank won. For my first season watching the show, I thought he was a great representative for that. I don't know. I definitely think the show can do some tweaks.
You got a list? Like, oh, okay. I thought you were going to
I don't have a list. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I was not all the way engaged, especially with this finale. It's like, you keep us tuned in, like, these 4 episodes per week, and then we get this kind of like, I don't know, like you said, lackluster finale. I was not here for it.
I really think the finale should have, or maybe they should have released the last 2 episodes together, because last episode was good. Episode 12 was pretty good with the double eviction, and there was a lot.
That would have been great to watch going into the finale.
I feel like they should have released those probably together. They probably should have done a 2 episodes for the finale and just called it the big finale.
This would have been 30 minutes. Like, I don't understand why they really drugged this episode out for an hour.
This recap was 30 minutes. Like, nothing happened, and honestly, I was dragging out the recap. Bitch, Frank had an interview at the end, and I really liked the interview because Frank was saying, honestly, bro, like, for me to have to play this game, you know, I'm a black gay man, I'm bigger. And he was like, it's amazing that I was able to relate to people who are not like me and win this game with people who are not all like me. You know, it's straight people here, it's white people here, it's Asian people here, it's women, it's, you know, a bunch of different shit that's not him. So it really, really, you know, felt good. He felt really good.
And definitely like,
and I like that.
Like, for me, I feel like I can relate to Frank in so many ways, like, obviously, you know what I mean? And it's like, I just love the fact that we're definitely getting more people on TV that are winning, that looks like, I feel like, normal, average, everyday people. You know, like we just said earlier in the beginning of the podcast, 2 black people won 2 different reality shows on Wednesday. How many times has that happened in life? You know what I mean? Like, so I just feel like, I don't know, I keep winning. And I guess I will continue to. I mean, the circle in general have what, 3 black winners? Because last year the man who won was black. So you know, I know you bitches are mad. Eat it up.
Period. Angry, I fear. What now?
I mean, shit. Girl, I guess that's it. Parker and Mel Carroll was flirting down.
Flirting down.
You think she'll like me? Oh my god! Like, so
talking about Carol and shit. What?
So she's the one that's flirting, and then Yulene was flirting with Brew. Now you know what? I'm not even gonna hold her. I hope she got some good after the episode ended. I hope they went back to one of the apartments and really got down, because I know you needed it, Yulene. I know you did.
She needed it, baby.
I would got
all season. I feel, baby.
Somebody, Trevor there. Brew there,
somebody, bitch, somebody.
I don't know.
It's been 2 weeks, bitch. I need the dick. No shade. This was a cute season or whatever, y'all. Check back in with us next season when we talk about it again. Netflix do better. I'm done. I'm done. Have a good day.